stuff. All right, night number 3. We have 2 opportunists and a multi-hitter. Should be using Contaminate. That is lazy of me. Don't think I really wanna spend the mana right now. So let's do that and then Fortify. And we might as well drop these so we have them for later. Take advantage of our mobility. Good gravy. Kaya may not have a lot of AP, but still doing work. All right, now you just need to come over here. Probably didn't need to destroy that grave. That was unnecessary roughness. But compared to the previous night, this night is looking like it's going to be extremely straightforward. Do you think moving forward they're going to nerf hand crossbow even more? So I have a different concern, which is I'm kind of worried that we're not going to see a lot of updates moving forward at all. The quietness of any type of discussion around anything is feeling really deafening in the last spell world right now. I hope I'm wrong, for sure, but it just, like, it's been a while. There's certainly been a lot of opportunity for them to just even put out some minor balance patches. But yeah, like I would expect just a simple, like, hey everyone, like, we're working really hard on the console release right now. We're, getting the console up to speed, but, like, don't think we've forgotten. But it's, like, the news feed on the last spell has been dead since they initially kind of, like, dropped it, and then, like, for the first thing that we see to be a, hey, there's a buff with defensive training is like, okay. It went full release and we thought the game was done. Then they did a huge nerf patch, and I think the community is now sort of expecting more. I don't know if that's entirely the perception, because, like, I think because you have to remember that the balance changes that you're referring to, which is like the big patch, those were day one. Those were a day one update on PC, right? We had the console changes on right away on PC, and then it did take a while for them to show up on console, or they still haven't showed up on console, is what I should say. But yeah, I feel like there have been a lot of things that we've talked about. Yeah, mod support, from my perspective, is perhaps the most critical. Just because I'd like to see the game continue on, and I don't think it will continue on if the community doesn't start to do work on it, because I don't see the devs putting in a lot of changes until potentially we get a DLC. That's the direction it kind of feels like now. Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I wish they had done previously for console, right? Like they pushed out kind of like a half patch for console. I don't like that we're taking damage over here. Right? But like console still isn't up to date with where we are, which also feels pretty bad. Should have definitely contaminated there. But yeah, console is still not up to date, which is crazy to me. And it's because they had to go through the approval process, and they went through the approval process with a not yet finished version of things, unfortunately. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Right now, my expectation is that we're not going to see a lot of changes, and I hope to be proven wrong. But I feel like if they were working on anything major, they would have communicated it already, or at least given us a heads up that something was coming. The absence of anything feels very ominous. Like as soon as they launched, they pretty much went radio silent, I feel like. Unfortunately. They kind of got it out the door, and then it's been very quiet on the last spell front. Great hits there. I mean, and the bones of this game are phenomenal. Like, I don't want to sell it short. The fact that I'm still playing it after all this time is kind of miraculous, but it will eventually become I don't want to say boring, but a little played out potentially. Should have definitely contaminated there before I did that. Yeah, I mean, I would hope. The DLC is really going to depend on how well the game performed in terms of sales. I think it did fine. If they wanted a simple way to keep it fresh, they could do daily or weekly modifiers. Yeah, I mean, what I will say in their, I don't know if defense is the right way, but like, ever since the launch, they've also had a hard time getting good QA on their stuff. Like the number of times that they have fixed and then unfixed. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's fine. Fixed and then unfixed things is a little high. Like, this is the third patch where they've tried to address defensive training. Not great. So we'll soften you up. I was hoping that would get you done. I don't like... Can have a hard time hitting this guy. Yeah, so I mean, it's a funny thing because, like, you know, my perspective is Red Hook really gets it, right? From my perspective, to talk about Darkest Dungeon for a second, because what they do, and I think this is very smart, this is going to cost 1 movement, then we move back 2. If we don't land good stuns, that puts us in kind of a bad place. is they're like, well, we launched, but we're not done. You know, we're just done with early access. And I think that's probably what I was hoping would happen here. But the problem is, you know, kind of like the money that's going to flow in has flowed in on this game, right? So any development work that they put in is going to be based on the promise of the fact that people continuing to play it is going to be lucrative, and that's not always a good bet. Jeez, I feel like who's gonna kill this guy? Is it me? I think it is me. I cannot help but feel like we're struggling a little bit here. Okay, so let's see. So this guy didn't make it in, which is a bit shocking to me. Guy's sitting at 1 health. I think I'm gonna come over here and lend a bit of a hand. We can drop a. Oh, you can't move. Okay. So we can drop a propagate attack in here, but we need to be a little careful that we don't blow up our friends. Okay, that's probably good. And then you over here. Why do you have so many actions left? I guess I was waiting to see how things panned out. Okay, we'll do that. Well, I mean, I think also, sorry, Scholar Zero, I was a little slow on the draw on this one, but I think that if you don't have a plan for modding support from the beginning, it's a little tough to shoehorn it in later down the road. Not to say that is what they are struggling with, but oh, that was a terrible choice. The number of off by ones. I blame all this AP. It's the AP's fault. It's not me that's wrong, Smithers. It's the children who don't know. Let's see. Okay, you shouldn't have bothered with that. I guess we were just gonna do this anyways. It's an interesting discussion whether modding should even be a factor. Should a game be designed to be modded? Does this game/genre lend itself to modding more than others? I mean, so here's my 2 cents. I think that, broadly speaking, any game with mod support increases its shelf life. You know, games that have mods have the capacity to play for a lot longer and be a lot more enjoyed than games without modding support. That is not necessarily a good thing if your business strategy is one that is heavily based on, you know, going through early access, getting the game sold, and then, you know, you've made your money and you kind of want to get out. But Oh my god, my camera again. All right, we're back for the umpteenth time. Can't catch a break. Yeah, it's such, that's a whole different can of worms, as a side note. We're at max mana, so let's not bother. Camera fixed, camera broken, camera fixed, camera broken. I'm on some type of crazy train, I feel like, here. Yeah, but here's the interesting question that comes with that, Snow. Because Skyrim is a beautiful example. RimWorld is another great example. The mods for RimWorld are just like, you know, next level. But are those games making a lot off of the modding? Right? That's kind of an interesting question. My guess is that the mods are probably not a heavy influencer in the overall value that the devs get out of the game. Like, we love it. It makes game, you know, you have the potential to have an absolute home run hit out of the park, everybody's favorite game type of thing. But I don't know. Like, if you're not going for that, maybe that's not useful. DD1 mods, though. Yeah, DD1 mods were insane content. Hugely improved the replayability of that game. The run is going well, Captain. We're currently kind of... I might bait a few corpses here. Like, we have... Yeah, we can just do this next turn. There's no reason that this has to be done this turn. Wait, okay, you're dead. Yeah, we're taking no panic. All right, let's get these last 13 a little bit more on the edge. It was not Kickstarter, but it was early access. So in a way that is still fan funded. Right? People who bought it early were funding the development of it. And, you know, like, I will say, like, I think they did an admirable job. I think the early access was superb. And the thing about the early access that was so superb was the regular stream of improvements to the game. You know, I don't get super into the into Steam achievements. I like them. I think they can be super fun, but they're you know, I don't need them to enjoy a game by any stretch of the imagination. And I generally don't bother working on Steam achievements that are like, if they don't come naturally, I don't bother. I don't waste my time. It goes to show you, the AI on splitters is very much walls, walls, walls. Let's see how we're doing on kill balance. 86, 109. All right, you could use a few more kills. Yeah, Chris, I think that is exactly the way that you want to think about it. So I think she's gotten better, Dan. At least that's my read on it. Is I haven't played it fully, but I think the changes to Howling End are, wow. That's a disappointing corpse pile for how much I let things come in. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I think the Hellion is in a very interesting place with potential, like, juggle comps now, which I think is very interesting. Let's see. I think I'm gonna demolish these little ruins. I think they're not worth my time. Oh, I just did that, so now our rerolls are gonna be funny. Oh, more AP. Go figure. Just what I always wanted. I guess that's on the hero that doesn't have any. So I can't complain too much. We'll take some opportunism. Runic Gift will eventually come in helpful. Yeah, I mean, I didn't use Barbaric Yop much in DD1 either, though. So, multi-hit on our multi-hitter. Don't mind if I do. But yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of... I want to play more with Breakthrough. I think that's the main... That's the main moving piece that I have yet to play around with. Do we just... I think we just take the skill range. This is a pretty lacking amount of damage, but I think we'll take it anyways. Okay, so the fact that we have destroyed buildings, I think, means that we don't get rerolls. Well, let's test it out. Are we going to get the same items? No, we got different items. Okay. Now, if I wanted that wand, bad news. Oh, that's a lot of stun. All right, that's huge for us. Yeah, that's 20% stun. Insane. Sell this hat. Oh yeah, if I'm playing a non-multi-hit hero, Alexander, I will reroll it. Hitting yourself with a piece of furniture. Yeah, I like heroes that can adjust their position and get back to where they want to be. So that's why I like Breakthrough being added to the Hellion kit. I also like that Howling End has a back movement on it too. I think that's a great addition as well. Now, are we got a Power Staff and a Power Staff +1. So we could swap in this Power Staff for a little more power. The Prophet's Veil, what are we rocking? The Prophet's Veil is eventually just going to get replaced by a Wizard's Hat anyways. Let's grab this because it'll probably last a bit longer. This axe, that silver axe is really nice. I'm tempted to just... Another warp crystal seems like too many warp crystals. I think... Let's, we're not going to be able to use a seer to push back the fog, so let's get our inn built. Claire has an extra trinket slot, is unstable and discreet. The extra trinket slot is interesting. We'd be going for another multi-hit hero with her. I kind of want some... Where are our poison heroes at? Jeez. Haniel is one level lower. With Eagle Eye, we could do some poison play with Haniel. Do we have any? We do not have any way to make that work at the moment. It'd be good to get someone else out here though. Oh wait, and then Haniel had defensive training, right? And we've decided against building. So I don't know if that's our person. Assassin is really nice. Back pain kind of stinks. Tristan is just too low level though to make work. So I think we'll recruit someone next round. And we'll probably also start pushing back the fog. So maybe we get our gold mines upgraded, just kind of go full gold mine action. Yeah, we'll do that and we'll get some gear. Okay, we don't have to put the money into the workers quite yet. We'll get that because it's nice. Dueling hand crossbows. No reroll on the inn. I don't mind waiting until next time. I'll probably hit it with a reroll next time, but I wanted to get our gold supply going since I think we're using gold mines as our primary source. So I think this is fine. Sell that. And then, I mean, a second hand crossbow is probably better than... Oh, this sword has 2 AP on it, though. We need someone who can actually take advantage of that sword. Another warp crystal. Better to grab one than to feel a deep sense of regret. I'm probably gonna take out the walls here, just because I think they're just gonna create a lot of panic for us. There we go. Yeah, so sometimes I like to build the inn and let it simmer. So I think we're gonna do that. I'm gonna skip defenses. I mean, what am I eventually gonna spend my defensive money on? I don't really have a plan. We'll figure it out when we figure it out. Maybe we'll just see how much we can save up. Maybe that's the play. Let's see. Get you over to here. I wouldn't have minded like a health potion for our hero that has taken a hit. At 19 gold, we might actually be able to sell some stuff to afford it. This would put us at 15. We're a little shy, unless I want to sell a trinket, which I don't think that's a great idea. That can go, though. Who needs pants, right? You can have your health potion back. All right, and then you get the health potion. Now, all of the catapults just to get a boss kill with one. Bosses take 0 damage to catapults. Like, literally no exaggeration. The dryads would take no damage. All right, let's do this thing. Night number 4. Here we go. Some hunters in the mix. Well, someone ate their Wheaties, apparently. This is not a bad start. Okay, not a bad start. And then you just need to come in here and... What are we hitting for? 29? That's not very good. Poison does decent work on Kindled. Oh, that's right. We picked up a natural... multi-hit. I forgot all about that. Just to stack up sadism. I guess we'll grab that. Okay. It was strange seeing you disassemble runes for mats, and then I didn't disassemble any of the runes for mats. I disassembled them for gold and materials, but that's kind of a different thing, I feel like. It's the gold that I'm always primarily interested in, for sure. Kind of went a little deep here, didn't I? Seven block probably isn't enough. I guess I'm going to spend some mana to get out. Yeah. Who needs walls when you don't let anybody get close to your walls? I think that's the logic of it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what my identity for this run is at the moment. So far I'm just kind of like chilling and just sort of enjoying the enjoying a nice walk through Glenwald. Guess I should probably kill this kindled. It's fine to chill sometimes. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, this morning when Olive rolled over in that pile of puppy poo, I just about lost my mind. That was almost the end of me. Let's see. We'll spread some stun this way. I was in utter disbelief. Much fun as bath time is first thing in the morning. Not what I was looking for out of my my Tuesday camera. All right. Yeah, it's super bad today. I'm surprised. The last couple days it's been strictly better, I thought, but guess I'm teleporting out again here. True that. There was no bath time planned. Not only not for today, but for any time in the near future. And yet there I was, sitting in the bathtub with my pupper, trying to maintain some semblance of sanity. Oh wow, I didn't actually think they'd be able to reach all the way there. Okay, what's my remaining plan here? I think I just retreat a bit this way. Don't even need to move on that one. Okay. Sanity is overrated. That sounds like that could be a channel motto, honestly. I feel like the stun in particular, the level of scaling that you get out of it, even in the early game, it's one of those it's one of those abilities that scales super well early game, which is nice just because it means that you can actually land stuns. And then late game, it just kind of keeps going, which is always a surprise to me. Let's see, we'll spend some mana just because we have it. And overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Truer words have never been said. Okie dokie. You're going to need to transfer over next turn, but that's all fine. We'll bait that, we'll bait this elite in a bit, I think. Take one step out. Transfer to here. Ooh, my favorite. Oh, the stun took a left turn. You have 5 movement, this will be 4. Well, we can probably make that work. Alright, and then I think I'll bring you over this way, and we can kind of ignore the side that you've been working on, because you're too strong. How can it be this broken? I don't even begin to know. It's given me a run for my money. That's true, Black Snow. I could, but I kind of like it. So, I'm just going to endure. No harm in just enduring, right? Except my sanity. Right? I wore a colored shirt today. That doesn't happen every day. Got to appreciate the drip. I'm so curious. At some point, I will figure it out. Like the way that I fixed this previously for those who are curious about the history of this, because I had this problem with my previous system too. Because I think the Elgato capture cards are just they're just a little prone to this type of thing. I just plugged it into a different port. It sounds so anticlimactic, but that's all it took. Some USB ports are better behaved than others is the short version. I love the hand axe, the one-handed axe, for its capability to just absolutely tear through highly packed crowds. It's so good. I kind of feel like one thing they might want to think about, or you know, could be modded in the future, but no matter how much you concentrate corpses around the edge, you really come up with no goodness from it. Like the corpse piles are all going to be terrible, but you let things in and then all of a sudden it's just like it's night and day. see. We'll just do a little that to that to that. Let this guy come in because he's not doing anything. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's an open secret that corpses are broken if you let things come in. It's just it's a little weird to me how bad they are before that. Like, that's the thing that I'm kind of commenting on. Like we're gonna get like a few level 1 corpses, and that's pretty much it, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we get the elite corpse because I baited the elite in, but like for the amount of death that we wrought there, seems like you should get a little bit more out of it. I will do that one, and then I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We got some cash. So we're going to do our level ups, then we will reroll. Oh my gosh, another action point. All right, well, it's 8 action points all around, apparently. Skill range is great. Do I like flexibility or bully here? I think bully here is pretty good. But I'll take flexibility first. Yeah, no, I mean, I get why it is. It just seems like it's a mechanic that so many people just are not gonna be exposed to hardly at all as a result, if that makes sense. Like, you know, because people are gonna be playing, like, you know, all about the seer type of thing, and as a result, they're just never gonna see any of the bigger corpse piles. It just seems like occasionally it might be a good idea to kick out a bigger corpse pile for fun so that people can kind of get a taste, you know, add a little bit of randomness to it. I'll take the XP gain here. We will take flexibility. I don't know what I'm going to take as my second perk there. Now let's go to the inn. Let's just make sure Dan has exactly the combo that I was hoping for. All right, even though Dan is only level 5 and we could technically get level 6 folks right now, I think I am going to take Dan because they're poison build. I want a poison build. Okay. No volatile means I think we're going daggers. And if we're going daggers, I think that means we go stunning, septic shock. We can skip contamination. Ta-da! Yeah, seriously. Call the MDs is for sure what needs to happen. That's an interesting idea, Captain Outrage. It would once again reinforce the seer being very, very strong, for sure. Which I don't see a real problem with. So let's see. We have to pick up one more perk at this tier. I'm going to take Epidemic because I'm planning to go Dagger build. We already have 4 bag slots. We could grab Overload for extra uses. Glass Cannon for some crit could be interesting. Mark we could spread around as well, but I don't think we need it. An emote for freeze cam, that's probably the best idea I've heard in a while. We're not gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna take Contaminate just so that we're not completely without. Sadist, Runic Gift. Then we will go Epidemic, Bully, Potent Toxins, Mana Collector, and probably Big Game over Hex. Maybe Hex. I guess we can get both technically if we get the full level up. All right. Big Poison. Nice. Big Propagation bounces with no Volatile. I think we skip that. I will take the action point here. I'm not too proud. I'll take the skill range because that is good for business with daggers. But I think that may be all that I take. Come on. Oh, come on. With advanced training, you're really going to do me like that? We already have a boatload of accuracy, so I'll grab that. And then, okay, over here, we'll take skill range. All right, we got up to 160 poison. That's not bad. Okay, so Dan needs a dagger or two. This and the fur jacket look very similar. Steel helm for the momentum person that we don't have. It's a little bit of poison. It's not great though. These woolen pants are pretty nice for our stun person. Let's roll again. I'd like a weapon would be awfully nice. The mage cape is pretty sick. Okay. You can have the mage cape. We'll put this on you. Slight upgrade there. There's not going to be a dagger in sight is the prevailing wisdom. I could grab a druid staff just for the time being. It's relatively cheap. Ooh, that power staff is really nice. Let's grab that. Okay, we'll sell this. I'm not going to grab a druid staff. I think I'm going to roll. Let's see if we can do better. Really? You're going to do me like this game? Certainly looks like the game has decided no daggers for Alden. Have we taken any weapons on you? We have this, which is this is fine for the moment. Actually, it's not bad. Do we take the druid staff just to hedge our bets? Let's roll one more time. All right, there's our dagger. That's what we're looking for. Woo! That hand crossbow is too good to pass up. And that means we're basically broke. I went for the higher level dagger. Slightly questionable maybe, but I think the opportunism is good on it. Silver dagger for the poison might have been slightly better. But let's see, we're gonna do... This is gonna be another one of those too close for comfort type of runs, or rounds, I think. I am gonna get rid of all this. Because I suspect we're gonna be inundated. This is the Guardian Wave too. I'm kind of accidentally doing a no seer challenge here. Not sure. Not sure if that's the plan I should have made. Let's see, any little upgrades we want to do? Maybe we just get... Nah, this works out perfectly. All right, I guess we just go right ahead. We have some materials to spare.